And we got to talk up because that's the mic.
You're like,
We're live. We're live. We're live from
live.
Tijuana. Okay, TTJ Thursday, Tijuana. Well, I'm here with Ann Kaiser. Okay, I mean we're talking professional soccer player, health coach, amazing author of Killer Breast. But she wasn't always this way. Now, what brought you down originally to the clinic down here?
to the clinic. Yeah, actually. So the same week I had my breast implants put in, which is not a good idea. And we talk a lot about that in the videos we've already done and all of the work I talk about in Killer Breast, even if you've had a mastectomy. So there's other options that are not as toxic and not as dangerous to you. But the same week that I had my breast implants put in, I had my silver fillings removed the wrong way.
Wow.
The wrong way.
Yeah, that was not done here.
It was not done here. So that was about 12 years ago. And I just thought it'd be good just to knock it all out in 1 week. You know, I'm going to be off work, so might as well just get it all done in 1 week, right? My poor body, please don't do what I did. So that's what I like to share a lot of is don't do what I did. So every single one of my molars was a silver filling, which we probably talked to everybody about how that's mercury and aluminum, and it moves up into your brain and it makes you crazy and it destroys your health. So I learned about 5 years later that the best way to actually remove your silver fillings is to go to a clinic, a holistic health clinic that practices biological dentistry with the SMART technique, the safe mercury amalgam removal protocol and technique. And I learned about this clinic. And I said, well, I'm not going to have my own patients do the same thing that I did. I'm going to send them down to Tijuana. And then people go, whoa, Tijuana? I'm going to get killed. What are you crazy? And I learned about how cheap it was to do it here. Not, I should say inexpensive, because they don't do it cheaply.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking, you get a rubber dam made, pure oxygen up the nose. They got a special vent. The doctor's protected. And during the whole procedure, you got a vitamin C IV. I mean, it's by law.
Yeah.
This is the weird part. By law, they got to give you a pain reliever and antibiotic. And I'd say 3/4 of the people never use either. Yeah. So it's their protocols are above what's required.
Here, you mean?
Yeah, here. It's totally cool.
And they give you activated charcoal, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like top quality.
Yeah.
Now we're going to be implementing some of your detox protocols because and we've had a couple of discussions on that. That's why I like this. I mean, because we do a full body thermography to identify areas of increased metabolic response. So we can see if the liver's involved. And also, too, the chest area is totally different. I mean, you got 15% of breast cancers are on the right, but that's because lymph drainage for the whole face and mouth goes to the right side, 85% on the left, and that's where lymph for the gut drains up to. And so now, what kind of IVs did you get down here? Or what other procedures after to correct the screw up?
Yeah, I got all the screw ups that I've done and playing professional soccer, which basically my L4, L5 discs are just like a whoopee cushion. They're gone. And so I'm working with Dr. Bergman, one of my heroes that I actually knew even before he was coming down to this clinic. And then so when I knew he was here, I went, it's all in one place. Like everything's all in one place. The best of the best is here.
And honest to God, okay, can I reveal that your discs are not gone?
Yeah,
I mean, it's so bitchy
for me.
because when you open those suckers up, you feel the intrinsic muscles just shut off, and it's so exciting to see tissue regenerate. That's right, discs are alive and they can regenerate. You got to say that slow because people are going, "What?" Yeah.
So it's like you're saying, you're like resurrecting me from the dead, like Jesus.
Well, you are made in the image likeness of God, so I'm more like a wrench. I move the bone, God does the healing. So, I'm a good mechanic.
And we as the patients have a responsibility to do the healing and to not do the damage when we leave the clinic. And we keep coming back, Doc, fix me. Well, what'd you do when I last left you? And that's where I come in, right? That's where I come in because what I was realizing is that I'm the doctor. These are the healers that teach us to be our own best doctor. Right?
Absolutely. Best doctor is inside of you.
Yeah. And Dr. B and myself, we're the ones that can help to activate and turn that on within you, to spark that life back within you again. And then imagine this, you go back home and a couple weeks later, you're like, what happened? Like me, I go do my IV vitamin C's. I've done chelation here, which I think is not a good idea if you don't have your body fully functioning and strong and aligned. If you don't have a healthy aligned spine and your organs are not generating blood flow to and from them, and then the waste getting released through your bowels, your kidneys, your sweat, your breath, then detox can be dangerous. And fat burning, weight loss can be dangerous.
It can. Okay, here's why. Because, I mean, when you figure you're detoxing, you got this intestinal tract that's absorptive. It's designed to take the smallest little nutrients out of whatever the heck you're eating. Okay, except if you're detoxing that liver detoxes way up in the upper intestinal tract.
Right.
Okay, where the jejunum is. So, I mean, it's going to be absorbed before it gets out. So when people start detoxing, they got one poop every other day, don't freaking do it. Okay, wait till you get in the healthy bowel or healthy metabolic state where you're getting at least 2 to 3 bowel movements a day, and baby, it works.
Yeah.
Okay, what I ask everybody is, do you feel safe in Tijuana? But I got to tell you this.
Right.
Okay, I was watching this guy who's a record producer for a bunch of rappers, and is associated with the Bloods, one of the LA gangs like Bloods and Crips. And he said LA is too dangerous to visit because if you're walking down the street with a purse, okay, you can, it's like your target. I know. Now tonight after work, I'm going to be walking about 10 blocks up to this mall so I can meet some buddies right on the street. I won't be unarmed, I'll have the right one and the left one, but not it's totally freaking safe. And I got my sweetheart with me too. So, and I like her a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you think about being down here? Do you have any concerns, fears? What about crossing the border? Is that safe? And
I've traveled to over 25 countries, and every time I go somewhere, it's the same thing. You're gonna die. You can't go to India. You're gonna die. And I travel by myself, and I'm like, well, I think I'm gonna be okay because I've done some research and I know people that live there. I think our fears are all meant to be challenged, and that's why I say I'm a courage coach, because we believe what other people say and we latch onto them and they don't leave until you have people like us who share their experiences. So I will share this. I've been coming down to Mexico a lot, and now I technically work at the clinic. And years ago when I first came down here, I did have some issues when I was in college. I was doing college things on the beach. I was calling in trouble, okay? So yes, that was it, but I did talk my way out of it. Down south in the farther parts of Mexico, there is some other activity happening, like Tulum area. There is some things happening down there. Here, I've never seen anything happening here. I feel very safe and comfortable because I know that people here who live here, I know the doctors who live here, and I literally never had one single problem, not even close to even being suspicious of an almost problem. There are people very helpful. They generally know English very well. And because we're so close to the border, it's usually no problemo. And then also, because I fly into San Diego, I used to drive across the border or just drive and park my car at the border. And then here at the clinic, they pick you up. They drive you across the border. They drive you back across the border. So there's no issues. And then also if you fly into San Diego, they pick you up at the airport and they drive you across the border and drive you back to the airport. So you are always in some kind of vehicle with some kind of citizen and local here. And if you just stay here, and if you want to be totally protected, you get dropped off, you stay upstairs at the casino, not in the casino, but in the hotel in the casino. And you just walk downstairs and you're literally right in the clinic.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get care in your own room. So I don't feel unsafe at all. And I never have.
And you could be sitting in a chair getting cold pressed organic juices, Uber Eats delivered to you. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I love that stuff.
Yeah. And the future of medicine, I would say Western medicine, is that they're going to start removing a lot of your deductible coverages. There's certain people that I know now who their prescription medications, if they pay out of pocket, $50,000 for one.
Oh, that's nuts.
And that's for an autoimmune disease, right? And then if you do the math, that's $350,000 a year Is that right? No, $600,000 a year. But what we're doing instead is we're building a whole new way of medicine, is teaching you to be your own best doctor. Right now, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to build and armor your immune system as strong as you ever have. Because what's coming ahead is not going to be pretty. But what we can do and your inside your body can be, you're the driver, and we're going to help you get there. So say yes to yourself now, because there is no other time. This is the most important time in the world
I love
to
that.
take care of your body as your best temple and your vessel.
If not now, then when? If not you, then who? I know.
Not
baby.
us.
Okay, good. Get down here. God bless you. Take care of yourself.